right, this is Mike McDonald, White Pro News, and we are at PubCon in Las Vegas at the Hofbrauhaus. And I'm with Todd Malicoat and Brett Csutoras, and we're going to talk. We talk with you guys, seems like every show, about something. We have the dynamic duo on here, so let's go. I'm going to hand the microphone to you so you can back and forth us. But let's talk a little bit about social media, I guess, Twitter, Facebook, those kind of things.
We're thinking building profiles is one thing that we touched upon in the sessions and stuff, and we did some site reviews. We actually had a really good site review panel on social, and just kind of what people can do in terms of link building or link baiting and everything else. And you want me to eat this microphone is what you're doing. So, and we argue about this at home all the time. We figure we might as well do it on camera for the crowd, and yeah. So building up social profiles specifically for Dig, Reddit, StumbleUpon, that sort of thing. And then ideas for people to do that if they want to really get active in the communities.
Yeah, I don't think we really argue too much on this point. It's pretty much it's something that you really have to do in social media is work on your profile. It's the first thing that people look at when they look at you as a user, and whether they want to participate with you in digging your stuff or voting on your stuff or adding you as a friend, which is sometimes the most important thing you can get out of that. So do you have a couple? What would be your biggest thing that you would do, Todd, as building up a profile? This is an interesting point because we had actually recently done this with Todd here, and I gotten on him a little bit about it because he didn't listen to what I told him to do. And anyway, some people found out who he was. But what would you do now that you've gone through building a profile here recently and in a newer kind of redoing it? What would you say was some of your hardships, and what was the things that you had to really think about?
Well, absolutely. Number one is what you touched on, is don't let people know who you are, because if you're doing commercial interest sites, then people are going to know what your commercial interests are. And so they're going to associate. So for the longest time, I was stunt double on Dig. Probably not the greatest idea in the world when, everybody's going, well, stunt double knows SEO, so we'll see what his clients are. We'll mine all his backlinks. Well,
Dig and SEO is like oil and water, right?
Dig and SEO is too, but Dig and SEO go together like, bread and butter when it comes to link building. So Dig and social media is a big piece of the puzzle right now. So we talk about, building the content, and building the content out, you build this awesome resource article, and then somebody goes and submits it from a brand new account. It's just going to tank. You're going to get 6 digs, you're going to get 2 Reddits, and it's going to fall into obscurity unless you have an account to submit it from. So you can go out and you can hire a consultant. Shameless plug for Brent and I. Hire a consultant, or you can build the profile. And there's places, we've talked about building the profile before. Actually, Chris has got a really nice post at 10E20 on building how to build a Dig profile. And probably the two most basic things are building up your friends and having great friends, a great IM list, and then great stories. So you have to have a fast RSS reader that you can submit the best stories from TechCrunch, from news sources like Washington Post, Huffington Post, that sort of thing, and go through that great list of RSS feeds and submit it, and be the first person to submit it. And then you have to push it out to your friends and say, you know what, I need a dig on this, and start building those homepage stories before you ever do anything commercial. And then you can start slipping in your commercial stuff.
And when you're doing profiles, there's really 2 important parts to building out a profile, and that's the actual profile itself, what you use as a name, what you use as an image, how you talk about yourself. Do you stay in character with your persona, and do you fit into a certain category? But the other side of it is activity. How are you voting? How are you submitting? How active are you? Because almost all of these sites have 2 aspects to every profile page. They have the first part where you have all your name and your About Me section and stuff like that. And the second part is they'll normally have statistics, whether it be a certain section on the site that says the most active users or whatnot, or on the actual page it will say how many submissions you have, how many have been successful, how many votes have you cast, what kinds of things like that. And people look at that to find out whether you're in it for yourself or you're in it for the community. So stats are very important, and making sure that you have a good persona that fits the community. So you actually came up with a really good one. I don't want to say what it is, but it was very tech savvy and very related to the Dig audience, and people that look at that will realize it's a real profile.
Yep. So you touched on, you really got to have an active profile. You really have to have great friends, and you have to dig your friend stuff. You can be in it for yourself, in it for the community, but mainly in it for your friends. And your friends got to be in it for you.
Or at least look like you're in it for your friends.
Exactly. And you really are. You're voting their stuff all the time, and you got to be really active on voting their things. So, yeah.
Yep.
How many friends does it take? I mean, do you need thousands or hundreds or 10?
You need hundreds offline. You need thousands online.
If you want more on building the profile, search the 10E20 Building a Dig profile, and we'll do another one sometime or other. This is Mike McDonald, Brent Csutoras, and Todd Malicoat on Building a Dig social profile.